All right. I am so excited. I hope everyone is ready to work. We are in work mode, okay? Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you when you are watching this. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for everyone hanging out with me, and thank you so much to everyone who came last time we did this to the Music Business Clinic. Music Biz Clinic. I am Anitra J from the Crafty Musician blog, and I am hosting the Music Biz Clinic where we come together live on YouTube and work on building the foundation for our music business. In this particular series, we are working on your music business plan. And if you were with us last time, we worked on the first portion of the music business plan, which is your executive summary. This basically sets the tone for your music business plan. It also details everything that you're going to see in the music business plan and outlines the purpose for the music business plan. So if you missed that live stream, it is still up on my YouTube channel. I will leave a link to that video in the comments, and you can go and take a look at that if you missed that. We are going to continue that series tonight, and we are going to work on the business description. I'm trying to do this in 30 minutes, everyone, so the music business description is kind of short and sweet. So we might actually move on to the third portion tonight, and if not, we'll catch that on the next round. Now, the Music Biz Clinic, I am I'm hoping to do this every other Thursday live right here on YouTube at 9 p.m. Central. So last time we did this, it was kind of spur of the moment. I just wanted to see how it would go, kind of like a test, and people came and they loved it. Thank you so much for coming. If you were here last time, we had a great time, and it was very inspiring to hear everyone else's comments and thoughts and ideas and what you guys are doing with your music business plan. So it's just really cool to get together and network. So thank you for coming. Thank you for coming last time. Thank you for coming tonight, and stick with us. We are going to work through the entire music business plan together. And tonight we're going to work on the business description. So stick with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. How's everybody doing tonight? I am going to be down in the comment section, down in the chat, hanging out with you all and answering questions in the chat. I'm not particularly going to talk about anything that anyone is asking questions about here on the video, because that will give us time to work through everything. But my team and I, we will be answering questions in the chat. So don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid to say something in the chat, and we will respond to you there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to do this? Okay. Let me see here. I don't like the way this looks in the... Let me see if I can close... Can I close this? I'm trying to figure out. So I can show... Okay, here we go. I can show you guys the whole thing. So I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to scroll up here. You can see I did some formatting because, I talked about the formatting last time. Without the formatting, it kind of just looks lame and just bland. So me being creative, I have to have some sort of formatting. So I just added August's picture up here with a little bit of header and spiced up the titles and everything. So if you want to steal this, be my guest. I'm just using kind of the headers and footers and things like that, just to spice things up. But here is the executive summary. That's what we worked on last time. And tonight we're going to be working on the business description. Are you guys ready? You guys ready to do this? Listen, we're going to work through the entire music business plan. So if you don't have a music business plan, work with me every other Thursday. We're going to get it done. Doesn't matter how long it takes. We are going to get it done. Let's get ish. Y'all, I'm trying not to curse on here. Let's get ish done. Oh boy. Okay, so the first section of the business description, I have the outline here. Now I'm going to link to the business plan structure. This is on my website. This is on the Crafty Musician blog, okay? I'm going to link to that down in the chat box so that you can, if you want to work ahead or whatnot, you can do that with me. But I'm just kind of pasting and copying and pasting the parts of the business plan in the document from this blog. Okay, so it is the how to prepare a business plan for musicians article that's been posted on the Crafty Musician blog. I'm going to go ahead and link to that in the chat box right now so you guys can work along with me or work ahead if you want to. So this is the section we're working on tonight, business description. Okay, really easy, really simple. So how is your business structured? Okay, so you have a couple options, and most independent musicians are a sole proprietorship, and that is just basically you're working individually from your social security number, from your individual social security number. Now, if you're a corporation or an LLC, you're going to have what's called an EIN number. That is an employer identification number. So if you haven't gone through the process of setting up your business as a corporation or an LLC, 9 times out of 10, you are a sole proprietor. And let me tell you, I'm a sole proprietor. There's nothing wrong with being a sole proprietor, but there are benefits to each of the business structures, and I do encourage you to look that up and determine what's best for you in your situation. And in the meantime, we are going to move forward. So August Lately is structured as a sole proprietorship. They're trying to help me, guys, but I can't. I don't know how to spell this word. I don't use it all the time. Is that right? Proprietorship. I can't even pronounce it. August Lately is structured as a sole proprietorship. Boom. That's it. Next thing is, how long have you been in business? August Lately is structured as a sole proprietorship who has been in business for 10 years. For 10 years. A brief summary of what types of business you will engage in and what consumer needs you plan to meet. August Lately is structured as a sole proprietorship who has been in business for 10 years. The business mindset is to provide entertainment services, the business purpose plan. The business purpose is to provide this music business provides, I know we talked about this last time, but the business description kind of not only reiterates what's happened, what we talked about in the executive summary, but also details it more thoroughly. So each section we go through, guys, in this business plan is going to be a more thorough detail of what we talked about in the executive summary. That's why it's important to do the executive summary first, or maybe do the executive summary last. I don't know. But it basically details more thoroughly what has been discussed in the executive summary. Because like I said, it's just a summary. It's a summary of what you'll see in the plan itself, okay? So we're talking about the brief summary of what types of business you will engage in and what consumer needs you plan to meet. The music business provides live entertainment services to the general public, private corporations, um, local residents of Louisville, Kentucky, as well as international um, clients. Let's just say clients for now. As well as international clients. August, lately, also provides music lessons to kids and music production services to fellow musicians. This feels like a repeat of last time, the executive summary, but we're going to be saying this a lot, guys. You're going to be repeating yourself a lot. It's just the way this business plan is set up. But you're going to be, as the more you go into the business plan, you're going to actually be more detailed and thorough about what you're providing, and it's really good to continue to remember what your setup is and what your base products are, your base product offerings are, because as musicians we tend to get kind of stuck in ruts or stuck in this complacency mode, and you forget what your true passions are. You forget where your real income is coming in, because you're trying to do too much. So it is important to, and I know it seems redundant, but it is important to remember your base structure for your business, and that's what we're going through. So trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, it also provides music lessons to kids and music production to fellow musicians. Music production services to fellow musicians. And what consumer needs you plan to meet. I think I think that's good to say for now. Um, yeah, and we can flesh that out in this next bullet, because this next bullet is asking for a brief description of your services and or products and who your customers are. So for local residents, August provides August caters mainly to. Okay, and so in this section you're going to be more detailed about what you provide as a musician and to whom. For local residents, August caters mainly to private citizens, um, for their private functions. August caters mainly to residents for their private functions. Um, and get-togethers. such as weddings, house parties, dinner parties, reunions, backyard get-togethers. I already said get-togethers. Backyard shenanigans. Y'all ever have backyard shenanigans? I know when I was growing up, I had all types of backyard shenanigans. I grew up in New Orleans, so listen, we made a party out of everything, okay? Even funerals. Mardi Gras, listen, we had barbecue, we had hot dogs, barbecue chicken, burgers. I mean, listen, spaghetti, fish fries. Oh, crawfish. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent thinking about all this food. What's another word for shenanigans? Because we cannot put this in the in a whole music business plan. I think get-togethers. I think get-togethers pretty much sums that up. We don't have to say backyard shenanigans. Oh, listen. Stop. Let's get to work. We got to get to work. For local residents, August caters mainly to residents for their private functions and get-togethers such as weddings, house parties, dinner parties, reunions, and house concerts. House concerts. I love house concerts. Let's see. There is also a need for entertainment in corporate industries, corporate dynamics, atmospheres, in corporate environments, such as company parties, holiday parties, etc. So therefore, August lately also provides entertainment services for small businesses in the community. For small businesses in the community. Okay, so we can delete this. As a music instructor for the kiddos, August lately creates fun learning August, as a music instructor for children, August lately creates a fun learning platform, a fun learning experience for music lessons, in the form of music lessons. This allows parents to provide extracurricular experiences, extracurricular interactions. That's not a good word. We'll come back to that. Extracurricular interactions outside of the school environment, outside of school. Extracurricular events, activities. Extracurricular activities after school. Okay. As a music instructor for children, August Lately creates a fun learning experience in the form of music lessons. This allows parents to provide extracurricular activities after school. So the parents, in other words, the parents are the clients here. So again, we are detailing what the consumer needs are in this section of the business description. And the purpose of the business description, guys, is to describe what the business is and how it caters to its customers, what needs the business is fulfilling. So that's why we're kind of focusing on who typically hires August Lately, who needs the services of August Lately. It kind of puts you in the mindset of marketing your services to the right people, right? So as musicians, we are performers. We do music, but with our business hats on, we really need to target who our customers actually are so that we can promote and market to them effectively, who our customers are and what their needs are, so that we can speak to what their needs are and so that they can hire us. Okay, so we talked about live entertainment services, we talked about the music lessons. The other thing that we mentioned in the executive summary for August Lately was music production services. In addition to live entertainment and music lesson offerings, August Lately also services fellow musicians remotely, both in person and remotely, actually, with music production services. In addition to live entertainment and music lesson offerings, August Lately also services fellow musicians both in person and remotely with music production services, including studio rental, studio rentals, sound engineering, session work. And you know how a producer, they have all these, like they not only do the sound engineering and get you in their studio, but they like bring together other musicians to add some complexities to your tracks. What's that called? Collaboration options. Is there a word for that? I mean, producing. And other producing options and other producing other producer roles, services. Let me see. And remotely with music production services, including studio rental, sound engineering, session work, and other producer options, roles. Okay. The only other thing that I missed is merchandise. I'm trying to figure out where to put that because I know a lot of us have merchandise. We have merchandise that we sell during live entertainment, and also on our shops, on our websites. So, and that's a big thing. I don't know if you have, how deeply you've dove, how deeply you have come into the whole merchandise aspect. But there are so many merchandise options you can do. I mean, you can sell your merchandise through your mailing list to people who have never even come to your shows. As long as they're on your mailing list, you can sell to them. You can sell merchandise through, your Facebook, social media platforms, and it's a really big thing that a lot of us miss because we think that we're just selling at our shows, but there's just so many different ways you can sell merchandise. So that definitely needs to be part of this description because that's a big thing. I mean, I have an article on my website about how you can even double your income at live shows just by having merchandise, and that's just at live shows. Like I said, you can sell merchandise from your in your pajamas, sitting in your bed, sending out a mailer to your mailing list. So let's see how we can add merchandise to this, and then I think we will finish up. Let's see. And then we will go on to the next bullet point, which is growth highlights, and then finally finishing up with business goals. Right? Okay, so let's see if we can put it in between this paragraph and this paragraph. Okay. I'm just reading here. Okay, so actually, let's split this up because, no, let's put that back together. That makes sense. Okay, so, as an independent musician, August lately also promotes merchandise and custom made souvenir items. I hate to call it souvenir because, you can make things that are actually functional as well, like journals, prints that you can put on your wall, mugs. So it's a lot more than souvenirs. As an independent musician, August lately also promotes merchandise and custom made items that align with his brand messaging, that like disseminates the message of his brand of unity. So you could include part of your purpose, what your music purpose and mission is in this paragraph as well, to help kind of put everything together as to why people would even be interested in your merchandise items in the first place. You know what I mean? As an independent musician, August lately also promotes merchandise and custom made items for sale, both at live shows as well as through the music website. And then talking about what they are. Let's just list some of them: t-shirts, mugs, pillows, prints, posters, custom made CDs, journals. What other merchandise items would you have? Face masks. Okay. Promotes merchandise and custom made items for sale, both at live shows as well as through his music website. These merchandise items These custom made items show off, not show off, but these custom made items present, show off. I'm trying to find a word that describes what the merchandise items talk about, like what message that they promote. These custom made items, what do you think? Okay, present brand messaging that aligns with the mission and purpose. Align with the music, mission, and purpose, which is to, let's go up to the executive summary here, because I included that, a little bit of that here in the executive summary. Provide quality music and events for members of the community to unite, network, and enjoy life with an easy, light-hearted vibe, both in lyrics and melody. The hope is to provide a sense of unity in the community in the midst of today's climate of division. So, you would insert whatever your music mission is. What is this? Lanes. What is that? These custom-made items present brand messaging that aligns with the music mission and purpose. With August Lately's music mission and purpose, which is to create spaces for unity, diversity, create safe spaces for unity, diversity, and acceptance. Let me go back up here. What did I say? Let's just keep it at unity and diversity. To create safe spaces for unity and diversity. Okay, so these custom-made items present brand messaging that aligns with August Lately's music mission and purpose, which is to create safe spaces for unity and diversity. Okay, merchandise items include, and so you would just list all of your merchandise items here. And I will go ahead and list out everything, not put etc., because the further, like I said earlier, the further we get along into this business plan, the more detailed we're going to get. So using things like etc. and other, you want to stay away from. You want to really be detailed as possible with this business plan, both for yourself and other people who may read this later on. And custom made jewelry. Okay, so we have live entertainment for local residents and small businesses. We've got merchandise. We've got music lessons. and production services. So whatever you included in your executive summary last time, basically you're going to describe that in a little bit more detail in the business description. Just a little bit more, okay? Okay, so we've answered. Oh, and the other thing is not only just in a little bit more detail, but also describing who the clients are, who your customers are going to be. Okay, so let's talk about growth highlights. The next section of this is growth highlights. An overview of any growth highlights you've achieved since you started. So August Lately, he's an independent musician starting from scratch. So he's just going to list out all the things that he's done that has allowed him to grow and build his fan base and become successful in earning money. So, okay, since starting 10 years ago, August Lately has built an extensive fan base of 1,000 local residents who are active subscribers on a mailing list. In addition to 5,000 fans on social media profiles. August Lately has also established professional rapport with various small businesses in the community. Established a Oh, we've been going for longer than 30 minutes. Okay, so we won't be able to get to the other section. We'll have to get to that next time. But we're almost done here. Since starting 10 years ago, August Lately has built an extensive fan base of, let's just say, since starting in 2012. Since starting in 2012, August Lately has built an extensive fan base of 1,000 local residents who are active subscribers on a mailing list, in addition to 5,000 fans on social media profiles. Combined fans on social media profiles. August Lately has also established a professional rapport with various small businesses and corporations in the community where he is hired, where he provides, in which he provides live entertainment, in which he provides live entertainment consistently at events. So we've got fan base. Okay, his after school program for kids has gotten significant attention. His after school music His after-school music program for kids has got significant attention. And in my mind, this is just individual music lessons. It's not a whole, like nursery. When I was growing up, I went to this thing called Adept, and it was like an after-school watching program where they would just like watch the kids, and until my parents got off from work. um, in my mind, it's not like that. In my mind, this after-school music program is just basically individual music lessons where he does like an hour music lesson for kids individually. So like he might have clients who come every Wednesday or something after school. So that's what I'm thinking. But listen, hey, if you want to start a whole after school program, listen, these parents will pay a lot, okay? A lot of money for you to watch their kids until it's time for them to get off from work. So that could be a really good business opportunity if you can create some sort of music program for that. Listen, as you go through this music business plan, you can really start thinking about some ways that you can earn money with your music. So that's really cool. So let me see. His after-school music program for kids has gotten significant attention among young parents looking for ways to enrich their children's palette. Palette. That seems like a debonair word. Enrich their children's. Let me see. Enrich their children's interaction or experiences in the arts. Yes, in the arts. His after-school music program for kids has got significant attention among young parents looking for ways to enrich their children's experiences in the arts. Individual music lessons. Yeah, I'm gonna say his after-school music lessons, because music program, that seems like, that seems a lot bigger than what I'm actually thinking. So his after-school individual music lessons for kids. His after-school individual music lesson offering. His after-school individual music lesson service. So, I'm kind of getting stuck in semantics here. His after-school individual music lesson offering for kids has received significant attention among young parents looking for ways to enrich their children's experiences in the arts. Through marketing, through flyers, through strategic flyer placements around town. August has acquired five and just kind of talking about his students. Through strategic flyer placements around town, August has acquired 5 consistent students throughout the week. which brings in several $100s a week. I don't think you really need to talk about finances right now in this, but just to kind of give an idea of how big this is or how big it could be. Okay. And lastly, we're going to talk about business goals. Business goals. All right. So basically, how are you going to expand? How are you going to expand your business? What are you trying to do? What are your goals, right? How are you going to make a profit from your business endeavors? Okay. So, in the future, August lately would like to expand his music business in the following ways. Oh, I like areas. Let's do that in the following areas. Create a regional house concert series where he these can be bulleted as well. Okay, so we're coming up on almost an hour in the next 10 minutes. And I'm not going to put all of my goals. I'm just going to put a few so that you can kind of get an idea of what this is supposed to look like. But basically, it's this section is the last section of your business description. It kind of highlights where you want to go from the point where we are right now in terms of detailing how you're earning your money right now, or how you plan to earn your money. So basically, it's kind of a step further in how you want to expand in the future. So what are your business goals? So ultimately, what do you want to achieve with your music business? So house concert series where August travels at least once a month to neighboring towns performing at house concerts. I'm going to expand this to not just neighboring towns, but to other towns performing at house concerts. House concerts can bring in a lot of money. So if you have a setup to where you can kind of pare down and do like an acoustic version of your outfit, house concerts are a great way to earn a lot of money, and you don't have to do as much promotion if as opposed to traditional music venues, because they kind of want you to bring in people and fill their seats. That's why they have live entertainment, so that they can create an event so that people can come. But they're also leaning a lot heavily on the musicians to bring in people, and so if you don't have people, that can be very stressful. So having house concerts, the pressure is not as much. The host usually invites their friends and family, and everyone understands that there is an expected donation, and also there is an expectation that they support the artist by buying merchandise. And listen, if you put on a great show, they're going to buy merchandise, especially if you have really good merchandise items. So anyways, that's my soapbox about house concerts. If you are interested in house concerts, I'm going to include some links for resources that you can go to and learn how to set up and create your own house concert series, or also to possibly reach out to other house concert series that have already been established to find performance opportunities. And I will leave a link to all those resources here in the chat box, okay? Okay, so August Lately would like to expand his music business in the following areas. Touring internationally. Okay, creating a after school program. Now we're going to talk about the after school program. That's something he wants to do eventually, creating an after school program, creating an after school music program for kids. Monetize a YouTube channel, and sync licensing. So I have just a list here of things that August Lately potentially will want to expand into in the future. Now, I would suggest to go ahead and write this in sentence form, not just kind of listing things, but just really be more detailed in sentence form. So like the first one I have here, create a regional house concert series where, and then it kind of details what that means. So touring internationally in different countries with a mission to, right? With a mission to create unity and spread awareness about diversity, about the importance, spread awareness about the importance of different cultures. So, for example, he could create a music program that includes diverse. What am I trying to say? Like, I have it in my head. Now I've got to articulate it. You know what I mean? Like, include different aspects of different cultures in the his music presentation, right? So like he could do a song about he can do a song in Mandarin, right? He can do a song about how, like, it's, you know, the jokes about, like, the jokes where you talk about like two such and such walk into a bar, right? So he can do songs like that where two Italians walk into a bar, two Italians walk into an Irish bar, right? So there's he can have a story about that, or he could have poetry about diversity. And so his whole set is basically embracing diversity. And so he would go around talking. He would go around the whole planet with this music program, and at the end of it, people would get out of it to embrace other cultures and embrace diversity. And so that's a part of his mission, right? So you can create programs that embrace or promote things that are in your mission and purpose. And to do something like that, for me personally, I have a faith-based aspect to my music. And so I have a program where I talk about how you can combine your faith in your art, right? So I teach people how to write songs based on their faith, and also to be confident in that, and be able to create art that promotes your faith. and not be afraid to share that. So I have scriptures that I read from the Bible that really encourage and teach people that whatever skill you have, whatever passion you have, that is from your higher power. And you don't have to believe this. I'm just sharing this is what my purpose is. You might have a different purpose, but I'm just kind of giving you an example of how you can incorporate your purpose into creating programs that people will hire you for. Like I go to faith-based colleges and have this as a seminar. So they hire me to come and do this. And so you could do something similar based on whatever your purpose or your mission is. And so if you don't have anything like this, you can always create something like that and then try to sell it. And even if you don't do it in person, you could do it in an online format. You can do it in a self-guided course format and create a whole course presentation where you're selling a workshop or something like that. There's so many things you can do to earn money as a creative entrepreneur. So I just wanted to encourage you that you can do it. It's definitely something that you can do, okay? All right, so I think we're going to end here. I'm going to flesh out all of these bullet points that I have, and I might add some more. And next time we meet, guys, I will share with you what I have here. And I'd love to hear some of your goals and maybe see some of your music business plan verbiage. Maybe we can share that next time we meet. We are meeting every other Thursday right here on YouTube live at 9 p.m. Central. If you have any questions, post them in the chat and I will be in the chat answering questions. And I'll try to be here for the next 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes answering questions, okay, in the chat. So if you had any questions or if you had any comments that you would like to add, any thoughts, what did you think about today's workshop, anything like that, please share that in the chat and let's talk, let's connect, okay? All right, so the next time we meet, we will be discussing service and product offerings, right? So like I said, we are going to be detailing. The more we get into this business plan, the more detailed we are going to be. The service and product offerings is your unload. You're going to be downloading and unloading all of your service and products, everything that you sell, everything that you want to sell, you intend to sell. That's going to be here in this section. So we might have to split this up into 2 different workshops depending on how many services and product offerings you actually have here. Okay, so please join us next time, and next time will be every other Thursday. So not next Thursday, but next Thursday, right here on YouTube live, 9 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I hope that you got a lot out of this. I hope that you are creating a business plan of your own that is lit, okay? All right. So thank you guys. That is the end of tonight's workshop, and we will see you next time right here at the Music Biz Clinic. Bye, guys.